Welcome to Kooky. This series of videos are going to show you what Kooky is all about. We will have a series of guests who will talk about a personal self-discovery journey that I'm sure we can all relate to. Today, we are going to talk to Taylor, who has kindly volunteered to share her experience. So, hi, Taylor. Let's get into it. I'm going to ask you some thought-provoking questions, which may make you feel a little uncomfortable, but we promise it's worth it. Are you ready?
Sure, I'm excited to talk. Let's do it.
Okay, so first question. What's a life experience you've had that you wish you could talk to someone else about, but didn't feel comfortable sharing with someone you know?
Um, Maybe when I decided to apply to study medicine, I felt like I was stepping into unfamiliar territory. Having finished my undergrad degree some years ago, the thought of returning to university made me feel somewhat isolated. I was at a different stage in life than most of the other students who were younger and just starting their academic journeys. It was a difficult choice because many of my friends had already established themselves in their careers, and I worried they wouldn't understand my decision to pursue something entirely new. When I got accepted, rather than feeling solely excited, I actually struggled with a significant amount of imposter syndrome. Being older than most of my peers made me question whether I could keep up with the demands of medical school, especially in such a competitive environment. I felt that others might perceive me differently or judge me for taking non-traditional paths, which only increased my self-doubt. This anxiety made it harder to connect with other students. The age difference felt like a wall that I didn't know how to break down. I was hesitant to share my struggles with them, thinking they might not understand what it was like to have, to leave a previous path and start fresh. Even with friends outside of university, it felt difficult to open up because they couldn't fully relate. They were settled in their lives and careers, and my experiences felt so different to theirs. In many ways, this experience taught me resilience, but it's also one I wish I could have shared more openly with someone who could genuinely understand and relate to what I was going through.
Yeah, that sounds really tough. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure this is really going to help others um, in their own experiences. So, the second question we have for you now is what does it mean to be able to talk to someone else who's going through a similar experience? How would this experience with someone in a similar position help with you coping with your imposter syndrome or fear of fitting in and being on a different career pathway to your friends?
Yeah, talking to someone who's going through a similar experience would mean finally connecting with someone who understands the challenges of returning to university and starting a new career path later in life. It would provide a sense of validation and reassurance, knowing that I'm not the only one navigating these doubts and anxieties. Sharing these thoughts and feelings with someone in a similar situation would be a relief, as it's often exhausting to carry them alone, especially when others around you might not fully understand. And whenever I've shared my story or when I've heard about others in similar positions, I've felt my mental load lighten. Knowing that someone else has struggled with imposter syndrome or the fear of fitting in among younger peers has helped me realize that these feelings are more common than I initially thought.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much, Taylor, for sharing your personal story, and for being really vulnerable with us. Your courage to do this will undoubtedly help others feel more comfortable opening up about their own experiences on Kooky. We really appreciate your time and helping others learn about the app. Is there anything else you'd like to add about your experience before we finish today?
Um, yeah, I'd love to include that connecting over shared experiences does remind me that I'm not alone and that many others have made similar leaps and overcome their doubts and found success and fulfillment. In those moments, it feels like I have permission to give myself grace and to take each step with less fear of judgment and give more trust in the path that I've chosen.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Taylor. It's really important we share these experiences and support each other. By sharing, you've really helped others understand what Kooky is all about. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you to everyone for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.